Good afternoon, children. Welcome back to our second session. So, in the first session we discussed about the paper 1 and regarding the section 1, section A, section B and section C. Now, it is a time to discuss whatever that we left over in the first paper 1, that is reading C, and I am going to introduce my fellow RPs here. He is Mr. Mukundam and working as a senior resource person and from Karimnagar district, and he is Mr. Dr. Srinivas Reddy from Warangal district and textbook writer and senior resource person, and the Lata Madhavi, and she is also well known to you, attended so many teleconferences and the textbook writer, RP, module writer and so many things. Okay, sir. I request Lata madam, yes, please continue the section C of the paper 1.
Welcome back, children. Welcome back, children. So, we have already learnt about other discourses. Now, the discourse which was left out for the paper 1, that is conversation. I have told you about the punctuation, but the punctuation, the way we use some children, this is one of the child's script writing which he has done. Let us look at it. Just show me the slides, sir. So, the conversation is, sometimes the children use putting dots, like they use 2 to 3 dots continuously. So, that 2 to 3 dots which they use continuously is that is, suppose doctor, we have to say it like prolong the dialogue or prolong the word, then only we use, or there is a silence after the word, then only we use that dots. But sometimes the children just put the dots continuously. So, be careful about it. And social norms, like how they have to speak to the people, like saying, suppose you want to show them politely, or something Narayana's father said, no, you are not going to join the IIT college. Now, then Narayana, it's okay, and then you can use 2 or 3 dots. So, that says that in silence he has accepted it. So, that is how we present. And conversation, where we use the politeness, suppose you want it to be in a higher form, there also the way you express it, expressing the dialogues in a sequential order is also very, very important. And the dialogues, like suppose he says, are you coming to the office today? Even that sound is written in a text form, HMM and then dot. So, this is how you express the conversation thing according to the social norms. Not only that, and the sequencing the actions is very, very important in this conversation. Which has to go first and which has to go next, the child should keep in mind. So, this is about the conversation, sir, and using discourse markers like actually, well, not necessarily, or you should use all type of sentences like interrogative, imperative, question tags, all this. So, the conversation will become more effective and more presentable. Thank you, sir. This is about the conversation which we are supposed to do in paper 1.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, let us move on to our next session, that is paper 2. And Lata ma'am, so generally the children are facing a lot of difficulties facing the unseen passages. So, the paper 2, the first part, section A, includes the unseen passages. So, would you suggest some tips, do's and don'ts, and how to score better in that particular area?
Okay, sir. Actually, coming to the paper 2, it's an unseen. So, as soon as the word itself unseen makes you panic. So, as soon as you look at the paper, don't get panic. Be very cool. Try to read it first. In the first reading, you may not understand anything. You may not even understand what is it saying also, because we are already having in mind that this is what I don't know and now I have to answer this. So, first thing you keep in mind, read the text peacefully, not slowly or how many times or whatever it is, that is a secondary issue, but read the text peacefully. So it has also got, as sir has already dealt you in the morning, in the before session, about how many marks are allotted, but in that you have for question answers 2 marks, but here you have only 1 mark, and 1 mark for MCQ and 1 mark for question and answer also. And here also every passage will have an analytical question which will be asking about your opinion or your idea or your justification or what do you think of. So that is an answer which you can, any answer is acceptable, children. Don't think that if I write in this way only it is correct or in this way only it is correct. No, it is your idea, you are presenting it, that's it. There only your language is checked, your vocabulary is checked and your idea is checked, but not whether it is correct answer or wrong answer. So these are the things focused. So the idea shouldn't deviate, but it can be any answer. Like you can, suppose he is asking, do you think awarding silver medal to PV Sindhu is right or wrong? Give the justification. So you can also feel that it is right, you can also feel that it is wrong, both are correct. But until and unless you don't justify, that means yes means why yes, ఎందుకు అది ఇచ్చారు అని అన్న దానికి నువ్వు ఆన్సర్ ఇవ్వగలిగితేనే ఆ ఆన్సర్ కరెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. నో అని అన్నారు, ఎందుకు నో? సో until and unless you don't explain why yes and why no, your answer will not be awarded marks. So keep in mind this, children. This analytical answer, anything can be answered. Yes also is correct, no also is correct, but you have to support it. That's more important. And now just look at this slide, children, about the credit cards. How to read, let us see. So when you're reading, just look at this slide. Ask the people where credit cards are necessary, are a necessity or a luxury, and most would probably term them a necessity these days. So the whole sentence you may not understand at a stretch. Now convert it into your mother tongue slowly. So what is the person trying to tell us? So is he saying that credit, he is talking about what? First question you put to yourself, what is he talking about? About what? So it is about credit cards. So what he is telling about credit cards? He is saying about its necessity or the way we use it or the way it is important in our life. What is he talking about? So now read the next sentence. So when you read the next sentence, credit cards are considered a boon for the ready convenience. So you may not understand the meaning of boon or convenience. Don't worry. You can just skip them both and try to go for the next line. They confirm on the user you don't have to worry about carrying enough cash when you go shopping or to a restaurant. Just flash your card, sign and walk out. So when I read this also, now you're listening it for the first time, it is totally confusion. So go back once again, read line by line and connect the lines. So how the first line is connected to the next line, how the luxury of carrying a credit card is connected to its usage. So you have to bring the gist of each line, then connect to the next gist of the next idea, and then to the next idea, and then to the whole paragraph. So in the first line what he is trying to tell you, in the second line what he is trying to tell you, in the third and fourth and so on, and in the total paragraph what he told you. That is the way you can understand an unseen passage. And then now let us look at one question, children, how you should answer. Go for the next slide, sir. Yeah, this is one question. One great advantage of credit card is, here you have 4 questions. Boon of ready convenience, limitless spending, no worry to carry cash, unlimited shopping. So in this, children, 4 options, 2 options are completely wrong. You see, unlimited shopping, nobody can do unlimited shopping with credit card. Do you think we can do unlimited shopping? No, everything has its own limit. And limitless spending, it has also got some limits. So according to your budget, according to your salary, the credit card is given. Maybe it will be 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs. So it is having a limit. So these 2 answers are wrong. Now the A or C answer may be correct. Now you go to that particular line in the passage and read once again. So which one is more nearer? Both are there, both sentences are there. No worry to carry cash is more appropriate than boon of ready convenience. Boon of ready convenience is talking about its present situation in the market, and how is it, the advantage is spoken in the C answer. So you have to finalize it in this way. So what is the A answer telling you and what is the C answer telling you? So which one is the appropriate one, you can easily select. So this is how you select your MCQ questions, by ruling out the wrong answers first and then go for the right answers, then go to read the sentence once again and then come back and answer your MCQ question. So this is how you go, and we have how to read unseen poems, we will see, children. So a pebble dropped in a lake, here is a poem for you all. A pebble dropped in a lake sends ripples gliding to shore. So when you read the first line or when you read the whole poem for the first time, it's total confusion. When you read line by line, so a pebble dropped in a lake. So when you drop a pebble, means when you throw a stone into the lake, what will happen? You have to bring out your ideas. So maybe there will be waves, maybe there will be a sound, maybe there will be a ripple, maybe there will be somebody might get frightened of it. So which idea is connected? We'll go for the next line and read. Sends ripples gliding to the shore. So one of your idea is connected there, isn't it? So that idea will take you to, so when the ripples are created, what will happen? Again, so if we can see, if it is a clear water, we can see our reflection where the reflection is disturbed. So the world is changed forever. Which world is he talking about? Not the whole world, but it is the world of that small lake. So there, what are the changes happening? Maybe the reflections what we could see earlier are not seen now. Does the ripple glide ever more? Will it glide ever more? He is asking you it in a question form. That means he is asking you, what would happen if this will happen? So now the whole stanza is telling you that there will be a change when something is dropped into the lake. So this is the stanza idea. Now you go for the next stanza. A word of kindness spoken. Now he is talking about word and kindness. In the earlier he talked about a lake, now he is talking about a word and kindness which is related to the human people. So what will happen if a word of kindness is done? You have to bring out your own ideas. Like sometimes it will soothe somebody, sometimes it will console somebody, sometimes it will be good to somebody, and sometimes maybe our good things also are not taken in this world, so it might hurt somebody. So let us see how it is carrying. Out of these 4 ideas, which idea is correct? We will read the next line and then we will see. Sends warmth where was pain before. So one of your idea which you told that it soothes somebody or it brings warmth to somebody is correct. So that is how. And the thing is, the world is changed forever, the warmth lives on evermore. So here also he is talking about a change, and there also he was talking about a change. So which change? So first one is from calm to disturbance, and second one is from disturbance to peaceful. So this is how you bring the gist of your poem slowly by reading line by line and connecting the first line to the second line and then to the third and then to the fourth. So whenever you read the unseen poem or passage, you have to read and understand line and bring the connection. So this is how it is called as reading the lines, reading between the lines, reading beyond the lines. So this is the way you have to read, and then you answer your multiple questions as I have told you earlier, and the analytical question as I have already said you. So this will help you to peacefully answer your paper. And don't worry children, everything is in the paper in English, and only thing is you have to treasure hunt it.
Thank you, Lata Madhavi. So children, I hope you understand how to answer the unseen passages, and I hope you will score better in the coming examination. Now let us move on to our next section, that is vocabulary and the grammar. So Mukundam sir, so could you please explain, and what are the strategies and what are the things that the children have to address while answering the vocabulary and the grammar part of the paper 2?
Okay sir, thank you. Good afternoon children, welcome back to our teleconference session, and today we have to go with our next test item coming under section B, vocabulary and grammar. So as a matter of fact, question papers in English are somewhat different from the question papers of other subjects. Rather to speak, we can say that more marks could be taken from question paper of English only, since we have to write not many longer sentences. We have to write just with words and phrases only, and sometimes choose the words and write the letters, something like that only. But do not get fear of these papers. Now, while coming to our so called section B, this is totally of vocabulary and grammar. Whatever the grammar activities that you have practiced from the text shall be very much useful to us to answer paper 2 grammar items also. Now, let us first of all analyze the things that are given under section B in vocabulary and grammar, please. Let us see first of all the first question that is given for the question number 16 and 18. Between question number 16 and 18, here we have one test item given. Read the following passage focusing on the parts that are underlined and numbered. Here the marks allotted are 3 ones are 3. It means each answer carries you 1 mark. But how to bring these marks, how to take these marks and how to secure? Let us first of all think of how the test item is given for us. A short length paragraph is taken for us, and this passage is taken from beyond the text syllabus, only from TBI part of our syllabus. No need to worry about wheresoever it may be taken from. Here the language shall be very simple if it is once gone through.
Okay, sir, we got a phone call. Let us answer that first. Hello.
హలో సార్, ఎడిటింగ్ గురించి చెప్పారా?
హలో.
నా పేరు భార్గవి.
భార్గవి, చెప్పమ్మా.
మాది జగిత్యాల జిల్లా రైకల్ మండల్ కొత్తపేట గ్రామం.
ఓకే అమ్మా.
పేపర్ 1 లో ఎడిటింగ్ గురించి చెప్పారా?
పేపర్ 1 లో ఎడిటింగ్ పార్ట్.
It's all right. Editing is very simple. One thing we have to do, better we go through the textbook lessons from top to bottom, not leaving even a single part of it. While going through the paragraphs of the reading passages, better you go through word by word and also para by para. At the same time, think of the grammar items that are used and connectivity that the sentences have in them. These are the important things. Better you learn the grammar topics right from parts of speech to figures of speech. That's very important. And apart from that, better you learn the different form of the words, verbs also, different form, I mean the conjugations, and at the same time try to learn all the topics from grammar for this. This is just like our Swachh Bharat bit, where we have sometimes the dust and dirt set in. The dust and dirt is nothing but some incorrect usages, whatever are used in the paragraph, and they are to be now corrected. How can they be corrected? Try to practice with the textbook only. Try to think of all the grammar items to be covered while preparing for our so called public examinations. That becomes very simple.
Another thing I want to add that, so for answering the editing part, one thing is required, that is you have to read the text number of times. That is very important, because the human brain assimilates the language structures and the functions if you go on reading the text number of times. So you go on practicing that. Don't read 1 or 2 times, read the text 5 times or the 6 times like that, so that you can answer the better and you will get the more marks in the editing part. And we got one more call. Hello.
We are from Siddipet, sir. I am Naresh.
Siddipet, okay.
Sir, can we continue our letter, sir? Body of the letter from one page to next page, sir?
Hello.
Or sir, hello.
Cheppandi.
Shall we continue our letter, sir? Letter regarding letter, I have a doubt.
Yeah. So you want to know that whether the letter can be continued to the second page also.
Sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Please remember one thing.
Srinivas Reddy sir, please.
Yes, sir. If we come for the paper 2 with the discourse construct for the paper 2 letter writing, it is better to, that means if we limit to the paper 1 only, if it exceeds to the paper 2, it is better to do. No, nothing to worry about the discourse construct, major discussion point of view. If you come for the minor discourse, it should be limited to the single page only. I think is it enough, sir?
And one more important thing, sir.
Yeah.
And while writing the letter, better you start from only the top of the fresh page. Don't start it from any fraction part of the page. That's very important. Not only in respect of letter, even in respect of poster and other discourses. Better you start from the top of the fresh page, so that most of the parts could be seen well on the page 1 itself. No doubt it could be continued on page 2 as well.
Yeah. Yes, obvious.
And one more thing, suppose if you want to continue the letter to the second page also, just carry the last paragraph that particular letter into second page and write the last paragraph, then write the yours faithfully and yours sincerely, like that. So, it would be more appropriate to for the evaluator to award the marks. Okay? Right sir, Mukundam sir, please continue.
Yeah. It has been already introduced. The very first question coming from, you see, question number 16 to 18, and shall we see once the model test item? Model test item, please. Here we have the test item given like this. Out of the 4 or 5 sentences that are given in the short paragraph, only 3 of them are underlined. In these underlined statement, there may be in some cases 2 statements given. In such cases, the question shall be about combination of sentences. Shall we look at first of all one statement given like that? You see, I was thrilled to be on board on ship. It was a new experience for me. In these 2 statements, we have some reason expressed in one of the 2 statements. When we see like this, the reason is expressed in the second one, and here the starter is supplied to us. The starter to be used in our answer is since. Not only since, like this we can also use since, as, because to begin the statements with the statements expressing the reason, and after that the result statement may follow. And coming to other aspects of this particular test item, better we go through the main grammar topics that come under parts, I mean not only the parts of speech, how they are used in different contexts, even change of voice also, direct and reported speech also, synthesis of sentences, combination of sentences also, combination in respect of statement that give again the same meaning without disturbing the meaning that comes out of the basic sentence. When we observe the first one, you see they combine the 2 statements using since. Since could be used at the beginning of it, and at the same time when we come to question number 17, begin the sentence with I was. Here there will not be any specific word related to grammar, as such we have to change that one into from activized to passivized or direct speech to reported speech or anything like this. When the starters are so supplied, we should think of from which grammar topic this may come under actually. If it is, if they are so thought, we can no doubt write the answers related to all those statements. Then in the same way, the marks allotted to this bit are 3 ones, 3 marks, one could easily get. And apart from this, we have some more aspects to prepare. Combination of sentences maybe with so that, so dash dash, that also, and our 3-in-1 exercise is also there. The statements given for the question will be the same, but the structure we have to use will be different, sometimes so that, sometimes to, sometimes even in order to also, and even not enough, like this. All these things have to be learnt. Framing questions with WH and helping verbs, these are to be remembered. Combining sentences using linkers like neither nor, either or, as soon as, no sooner than, besides, so that, so dash dash, it's time, as, since and because. Like this, n number of structural words or phrases are there to use in our combination of sentences, and they are to be thought up so that we can easily secure marks allotted to this test item of rewrite as directed.
So, one thing sir, Mukundam sir, here what is the role of the rubrics? So,
Here
do they need to read the rubrics thoroughly or not?
Children ought to read the rubrics thoroughly, and my sincere suggestion to all of you is go through the instruction and then only you should go for the construction. Without going through the instruction, please do not go for construction of any answer. Yeah, here we have another test item also followed by the first one. This is nothing but, here you see closure type. Here in the given statements one word is dropped, and to attempt the dropped word they are supplying us the options against question number 9, 19, 20, 21 and 22. So, this is the second test item given under vocabulary and grammar. And what should we prepare actually? We have to prepare the proper usage of the determiners, articles, prepositions. When we come to our parts of speech, leaving the first one and the last one, try to learn all the 6 parts of speech that come in between the first and the second thoroughly. Better you learn even the different form of pronouns also. Better you learn the proper usage of conjunctions and also the conjugation form of the verbs and combination also, proper setting also. And you see some more important things are to be kept in mind here. Learn the usage of different parts of speech, especially focusing on types of pronouns, linkers, prepositions, determiners, conjugation of verbs, PNG agreement, persons, numbers and genders only. Tense is an important aspect to learn. When the tense is learned, do remember that 50% of grammar is learnt. Do remember another important suggestion, tense is such an important part, and if tense is learned, tension is lost. Try to learn the tense and lose the tension. And coming over to another test item given between question number 23 and 28. Read the following passage and fill in the blanks, choosing the correct words given in the bracket. Write the answers in your answer booklet. Here the number of test items given to us are here 6. Each answer carries half mark to it, totally 6 hours shall bring us 3 marks in full. And you can also look at one model test item given here. And you see, and how is the test item? However, the text taken is from beyond the syllabus only, TBI part only. Though it is an unseen one and unfamiliar one, it does not remain every time unseen and unshown or unfamiliar. When it is once gone through, that text shall also become well familiar to you. Better you go through first of all the given passage or the given paragraph, whatever is given, with the test items coming under this vocabulary, please. You see here you can of course think of effectively and effective. Effective happens to be an adjective, effectively an adverb. Try to think of the proper usage of these two words, where they could be used and which form of the particular verb could be used or the word could be used in which context. Like this go, and the task shall be very much easier for you. And while coming to attempt this bit and score more marks, remember the following tips. Learn the usage of different forms of words. Learn to use words often confused, homophones, homographs, homonyms and minimal pairs as well. Next. Children, here we have one thing. Whenever we take the grammar items, I think you may have, many of you may have some phobia, whether whatever answer I have responded is right or wrong. Do never think like this. Try to just have confidence on your answers. And try to be very patient enough to go through the given text first of all. Without going through the text, don't go for answering any question, please. And while coming to the last item that we have under the section B, for the question numbers 29 and 30, from question number 29 to 32, complete the following passage with the right forms of the words given in the brackets. Write the answers in your booklet. Generally, how should we have to prepare for this? When particular text is gone through, better you pick out certain action verbs, better you pick out different form of words that are given. And while preparing for this kind of test item, I think you may prepare well, taking an individual word whatever is given. Try to pick out first of all such words and group them under 4 groups, like first of all you see verb, adjective, adverb, then noun. Afterwards try to learn where they could be used, how they could be used, when they could be used. And here we have one wonderful test item given. The role that real friends play in our lives has become significantly greater than is to be used. It means it's a comparative form is to be used. And what are the things to learn to attempt this bit in a perfect way? And here we have certain tips to, learn to use the different form of words, like how verbs are formed into nouns and adjectives, how adverbs are also formed out of adjectives. Learn to use comparison of adjectives also. There are some main topics in grammar. Try to learn all these topics thoroughly so as to attempt all these test items coming under vocabulary and grammar, so that we could easily secure our marks and realize our so-called dream GPA of 10 even.
Thank you, Bukudeb sir. So, next move on to our next session, that is creative writing and the section C, and I request Srinivas Reddy sir how to score the better marks in that particular area.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. As per the new syllabus, new pattern of examination, the examination pattern is also changed. While comparing to the paper 1 to paper 2, paper 2 is a purely text independent. Text independent means beyond the text level the questions may be given throughout the paper. If we come for the section A, section B and section C also. At this point, our pedagogy is totally based on the discourse constructions. That is why, especially in language English, it is to be called as the discourse oriented pedagogy. That means we should create discourses. If we come for the paper 1, it is a purely text based, it is possible to create any kind, but whereas come to the paper 2, it is quite difficult for the students, even for the teachers also, but let us make easy. In what way do we expect and do we do our paper 2 in better way? Yeah, the things are, the discourse constructions are targeted in paper 2 are, slide please. The major discourses are allocated 10 marks and the minor discourses are allocated 5 marks. If we come for the discourse, targeted discourse in paper 2 are, the first one is an essay, second one is a biography, third one is a letter writing, and the fourth one news report, and the fifth one speech. If we come for the minor discourses, is a poster, preparing an invitation card and preparing a profile. And while constructing all these discourses, we should keep in mind that the 60% of the marks are allocated for the discourse specific features, and whereas 40% of the marks are allocated for the language specific features. Yeah, if we observe in a broader sense, the discourse specific features are sequencing the ideas in a proper way, first thing, and the second one, the proper layout should be maintained for every discourse, and the third one, the social norms are to be properly maintained for some kinds of discourses like the letter writings and the speeches, and the well beginning and with the well ending, and a proper sequence of ideas must be maintained in between these two things. In the similar manner, if we come for the discourse constructions in detailed manner, and the teachers are getting a little bit confusion in which area do we get the discourses. It is a quite obvious thing to think over, and as per my knowledge, just I identified a few areas like this. The first one, the welfare programs initiated by the state government or the central government, and the second one, know about a famous person, about the recent past 2 years, and the third one, the programs which will you conduct in your school premises. If you observe all these things, it is very clear to you. That means, you might have gone written many more examinations in your school premises. Yes, like this, all the questions may come under these areas only, as per my knowledge. If we go for the specific areas, and if you observe the specific features in detailed manner, just let us observe the slides. If we come for the first discourse, an essay, and while preparing an essay, these are the points to be remembered for the presentation. And the number 1, introduction to the topic, and the second one, types or kinds of things, whatever the topic it is to be given. For example, if a pollution is given, kinds of pollutions, and advantage and disadvantage about the pollutions, if you take an example as a pollution, and for any eradication steps, that means to eradicate the environment pollution, just what are the eradication steps to be taken, and initiation by the government, are there anything, and finally, we should present our own opinion about the environment. In this way, we should present an essay. If we come for the biography, and points to be remembered in this way, and initially it should be about, first one about family background, and the second one educational qualifications, and the third one and employment of the services, and the next one achievements or the awards and rewards, and the next one message to the society. Okay. If we come for the biography of this discourse construction, it should be presented in a chronological order from the birth to his service ends or his life ends. In this way, it should be presented, not only this one, even for the profile also it should be presented in a chronological order. And if we come for the next
Srinivas Reddy sir, here I have one doubt, and the
Yeah.
last time the students confused.
Yeah, what?
So sometimes they will give the biography in the form of paragraphs,
Okay.
and ask them to write the profile. And which way is the right one? So what is the difference between the profile and the biography?
Yeah. For the profile, just we have a clear clarity about the profile. Make the page into two halves, and one should be initiated for the first one as the family information about his birth, his parents information, and his educational qualifications, and similar in the same process it is to be followed. Yeah. If we come for the news report, files to be remembered for the news report are like this, and the title should be appropriate and catchy also. That means it should not be exceed to 3 to 4 or 5 words. And second one, the date and the time or place should be written. And the third one, for the next one, and use rhetoric languages.
This only, no?
Speech.
Use lead news report.
Before that one. Yes, speech. Rhetoric languages like argumentative language, emotive language, and persuasive language should be maintained. And repeat your intentions first while preparing a speech. And like the lesson, if we come for the 9th class lesson, the civil rights, icon of the civil rights, in that one the writer said, it's my dream, it is my dream. In this way, the presenter should be repeated his own intention in the proper way, and present your opinion and conclude with a good ending, and with a good proper beginning, and with a proper ending also. Next, if we come,
We got a phone call. Let us attend that one first. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Chep Bob.
Please explain question number 19 to 22 in Sir, I am Vinukumar from Kajarla, ZPSS, Kajarla, Adlabad.
Question number 19 to
19 to 22 in paper 2.
in paper 2.
22.
Yes. Dear children,
Sir,
do
there is
remember,
any easy way?
Hello.
dear children, do remember one thing. This is the test item of closed type.
Hello,
Closed
sir.
type is nothing but
Question number 9.
19 to 22. This is nothing but closed type. Numbered gaps, otherwise called. In the given state, in the given paragraph, four blanks are left over, and each blank is followed by one number. To fill that particular blank, we have to look at the options supplied to us against that particular number. Don't go for another number to choose the answer for the first one. Try to look at only the perfect number for the options to use in the given blank. And for this, better you learn the different topics like our determiners, articles, prepositions, conjunctions. Try to learn to use the even relative pronouns as well, tense and everything. Most
here-
of the grammar items are well
And here
constituted in this.
Here I want to add one more point, that so elimination is also again the best method that is going to work here again. So read the paragraph thoroughly and pick out the answers first. Suppose you got out of 4, you got the 2 are the right. So then other things you can eliminate, and so that you can guess the answer also. This is also the way you can attend. We got another call. Hello.
హలో సార్
చెప్పమ్మా.
సార్ పేపర్ 1 లో సెక్షన్ బి ఎడిటింగ్ గురించి చెప్పారా సార్?
పేపర్ 1 లో
సెక్షన్ బి ఎడిటింగ్ గురించి చెప్పాలి సార్.
Yes.
ఎడిటింగ్ గురించి అగైన్ క్వశ్చన్ అనేది రిపీట్ అయ్యింది అమ్మా. సరే పర్లేదు.
తెలుగు సార్, మేము తెలుగు మీడియం సార్.
ఓకే
ఓకే అమ్మా, పర్లేదు.
ఓకే అమ్మా. ఎడిటింగ్లో ఒకవేళ మీకు ఎడిటింగ్ వస్తే క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ తర్వాత ఉన్న సెంటెన్స్లో ఎర్రర్ ఉంది అని అర్థం. ఓకేనా? సో ఆ ఎర్రర్ని ఎలా కనుక్కోవాలి, ఎలాంటి ఎర్రర్స్ ఉన్నాయి అని అనేది ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. సో ఫస్ట్ నీకు ఈజీగా ఉండడానికి చెప్తున్నాను, ఇది నాట్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీవన్. సో ఫస్ట్ చెక్ ఆర్టికల్స్ ఏ అండ్ ద. ఓకే, ఈ 3 కనుక ఆ వాక్యంలో ఉన్నాయా లేదా చూసుకోండి. ఏ కానీ, అండ్ కానీ, ద కానీ, అది కరెక్ట్గా ఉందా లేదా చూసుకోండి. ఓకే, అదే ప్రాబ్లం అయితే దాన్ని అక్కడికక్కడ ఆ ప్యాసేజ్ని పట్టి యాన్ ఆరెంజ్, దెర్ ఈస్ యాన్ ఆరెంజ్ ఆన్ ద టేబుల్ అని ఉండాలి, కానీ ఏ ఆరెంజ్ అని ఇచ్చారు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. సో అది ప్రాబ్లం అని మీరు గుర్తుపట్టి దాన్ని డిలీట్ చేసి యాన్ పెట్టండి. ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఏమవుతుంది అంటే ఫస్ట్ వాక్యంలో దేర్ ఈస్ ఎ క్రాబ్ ఇన్ ద పాండ్ అండ్ క్రాబ్ హ్యాడ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ స్పిన్సర్స్ అని ఉంది. వాక్యం ఇలా ఉంది. సో అక్కడ ఏ అని ఫస్ట్ వాక్యంలో వాడారు. అక్కడ ఏంటి ఏ అనేది అప్రోప్రియేట్గానే ప్లేస్ అయి ఉంది. కానీ నెక్స్ట్ సెంటెన్స్కి వచ్చేసరికి ఎలా ఉంది, అది ఏ క్రాబ్ హ్యాడ్ స్పిన్సర్స్ అని అన్నాం. కానీ ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసరికి యూ నో విచ్ ఇస్ ద క్రాబ్. సో ఇట్ హ్యాస్ గాట్ ఎ యూనిక్ థింగ్, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ అ వెరీ స్ట్రాంగ్ స్పిన్సర్స్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏకి బదులు ద యూస్ చేయాలి అని అనేది మనం గెస్ చేసుకోగలగాలన్నమాట. ఆ ముందు వాక్యంలో నీకు హింట్ ఇచ్చాడు, అక్కడ ఏంటి ఏ క్రాబ్ అని అన్నాడు, కానీ ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ ఏ క్రాబ్ అని యూజ్ చేశాడు, కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏ ఉండదు ద ఉంది అని మనకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు కాబట్టి. అండ్ దీని యూనిక్నెస్ ఏంటి, దీనికి స్పిన్సర్స్ ఉంది అని. అలా ప్రతిసారి కూడా నీకు క్లూ ఉంటుంది, నీకు ఎర్రర్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుందో దాని క్లూ కూడా అక్కడే ఉంటుంది. సో ఇలా ఇది ఆర్టికల్స్కి సంబంధించి. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చి ప్రపోజిషన్స్ చూసుకోండి. 2 letter వర్డ్స్ ఆన్, ఆఫ్, ద, ఎట్ ఇలాంటివి ఏమన్నా ఆన్, ఆఫ్, ద లేదు ఇక్కడ ఆర్టికల్స్లో ద. సో ఇలాంటివి ఏమన్నా మిస్టేక్ ఉందా లేదా ఒకసారి చూసుకోండి. పుట్ ద బుక్స్ ఆన్ ద టేబుల్ అని ఉందా, పుట్ ద బుక్స్ ఇన్ ద టేబుల్ అని ఉందా, ఎలా ఉంది అని చూసుకొని చేయండి. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ థింగ్ ఇస్ ప్రపోజిషన్స్ అయిపోయినాక టెన్స్ చూసుకోండి. మొత్తం పారాగ్రాఫ్ జరిగిపోయిన విషయం గురించి మాట్లాడుతుందా, జరుగుతూ ఉన్న విషయం గురించి మాట్లాడుతుందా, జరగబోయే విషయం గురించి మాట్లాడుతుందా. సో ఆ టెన్స్ ఫామ్ అంటే వర్బ్ ఫామ్లో ఏదో తప్పు ఉంది అని టెన్స్ చెక్ చేసుకోండి. టెన్స్ అయిపోయినాక పిఎన్జి అగ్రిమెంట్స్ అంటారు, పర్సన్, నంబర్, జెండర్. సో జెండర్ ఒకవేళ రమ్య గురించి కనుక పారాగ్రాఫ్ మాట్లాడుతుంది అంటే ఇక్కడ రమ్య అన్నప్పుడు హర్ కానీ హర్ సెల్ఫ్ కానీ అలాంటివి రావాలి. కానీ అక్కడ హిజ్ కానీ హీ కానీ ఏమైనా వచ్చిందో చెక్ చేసుకోండి. అది అయిపోయినాక సపోజ్ కొన్ని వాక్యాలు ఇలా కూడా ఉంటాయి, ఏంటి, ఆల్ ద ఫ్లవర్స్ ఇన్ ద బాస్కెట్ ఆర్ రెడ్ ఇన్ కలర్. The flower was taken away by him అని ఉంది. ఎట్లా ఆల్ ద ఫ్లవర్స్ అన్న క్లూ ఉంది, కానీ సెకండ్ దాంట్లో వచ్చేసరికి ఏమంది, ద ఫ్లవర్ వాజ్ టేకెన్ అవే బై హిమ్, ఆల్ ద ఫ్లవర్ వాజ్ టేకెన్ అవే బై హిమ్ అని అంటున్నాడు. అంటే ఏంటి, ఆల్ అనేది చాలా గురించి మాట్లాడుతుంది, కానీ ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసరికి ఫ్లవర్ అని ఒక వర్డే ఇచ్చారు. సో సింగులర్ ఫామ్లో ఉంది, దీన్ని ప్లూరల్ ఫామ్లోకి మార్చాలి అని అన్నది ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్. సో ఇలా మీరు ప్రతి దానికి కూడా ఆ క్లూ కూడా మీకు ఎయిదర్ ముందు సెంటెన్స్లో కానీ తర్వాత సెంటెన్స్లో కానీ ఉంటుంది. సో ఆ క్లూ ఏంటో తెలుసుకొని అప్పుడు దాని ఎర్రర్ ఏంటో చెక్ చేసుకోండి. మీరు కరెక్ట్ చేసిన ఎర్రర్ కూడా కరెక్ట్గా కరెక్ట్ చేశారా, లేకపోతే కరెక్ట్గా ఉన్న వర్డ్నే రాంగ్గా రాశానా అన్నది కూడా మీకు ఈ చెక్కింగ్ హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. సో ఆ ముందు లైన్ తర్వాత లైన్ కూడా చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఈ కాంటెక్స్ట్లో. థ్యాంక్
యూ లత గారు. అండ్ వి గాట్ వన్ మోర్ కాల్. హలో హలో
హలో
చెప్పండి
సార్. జెడ్పిహెచ్ఎస్ రఘునాథపాలెం, సూర్యాపేట డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ సార్. సార్ సెక్షన్ బి 16th, 17th, 18th బిట్ ఒకసారి ఆన్సరింగ్ చేసి చూపించారా సార్? ఇప్పుడు చూపించిన మోడల్కి సెక్షన్ బిలో 16th, 17th, 18th 3 bits సార్, 3 marks 3 bits.
Yes.
Once make a answer sir.
It's very simple sir. Whatever the main topics that we have in grammar are to be learnt thoroughly. Say for example, change of voice is there. Better we learn the rules first of all. If the statement given is in some simple present tense, what are to be used actually? Am, is and are there depending upon the number of the object. If the object is some plural, then say for example some boys or something like. Better you see here in the given model test item, now complete the following sentences and write them in your answer booklet. Combine the 2 sentences using since like this. Not only since, there will be many other linkers like because, as, etc. When we are talking about these 3, they are to be used before the statements that express reason. Coming to so and other things, they could be used before the consequences also, result. And like this, there won't be any specific word from grammar to use that one and write like this. Say for example, change the statement of direct speech into reported like. They won't give like this. Looking at the statement underline, better we think of as such from under which grammar item does it come. Oh, it comes under direct speech. Better we write, then think of the rules and regulations as to how they could be changed. it means corresponding changes are to be brought about, however, looking at the reported verb given. So, these are to be, say for example, for question number 16 as it is now being shown to you, since it was a new experience for me, I was thrilled to be on board a ship. So, why should we use this since before that statement only? Because it shows us, it gives us some reason. So, before such statements that express the reason, we can use that since. Here the statement shall not be in a sequence. In that case, children have to think of and then write. Coming to next, begin the sentence with I was. Then you see sir, here in this case, I was greeted by the person standing next to me. This comes under passive form. This can be done very easily looking at the tense given there. And coming to the 18th question, rewrite the sentence beginning with he asked me whether or if could be used. This linker is to be used. He asked me if I was traveling alone. This way we can change the statements there given by making use of the starters applied to us.
Okay. Sir, thank you Mukundam sir, and let us continue our session. Srinivas Reddy sir, please could you explain the importance of the discourses again?
Yeah. If we come for the minor discourses, the first discourse is the poster. The points to be remembered for the poster preparation are like this. You should initiate first with the title, organization of the name, and the day, date and time should be properly written, and a venue with a proper address, and an image related to the topic should be drawn, and the issuing authority should be written at the end. If we come for the slide for the next one for the invitation, and points to be remembered for the presentation. The first one is to be the title, it is to be very apt, and the inviting words means for the wedding invitation we solicit your gracious presence, in this way we should present. These initiative words must be there in an invitation, and day, date and time should be presented according to the proper place, and venue with the proper address should be mentioned, and information about what is to be, why are they inviting us, it is to be clearly given, and inviting a person or the organization should be at the last. And if we come for the profile, as we discussed earlier about the profile, it should be points to be remembered for the presentation. Make the page into two halves, and the personal information should be presented, and the educational information should be presented, and the service to the society, and next achievements for a person, what he had achieved throughout his life service, and what are the awards and rewards he received according to his services. And I would like to give some more information regarding this one. As earlier we identified areas for the first one, the programs initiated by the state government or the central government, and we should keep in mind that we should pose 6 questions to our mind first to initiate the programs. First one is that who, and that means who initiated the program, and what is the program about, and when did it initiate, and where did it initiate, and why did it initiate, and finally how it should be implemented in the society. And if we pose all these 6 discourses, these questions to our mind, it is very easy to present all kinds of discourses which were given in the targeted in paper 2. And let us have a small clarification about the what are to be done and what are not to be done, and let us have a slide here. Do's. Better to start the discourses on a fresh page, and maintain a proper layout for the construction, and a chronological order should be maintained for the biography and profile construction, and presentation of date, station and subscription as per your convenience, either left or right, and the title should be presented on the top, and minor discourses should be presented in a single page. Yeah, let us watch what not to be done, don'ts. And don'ts. Don'ts are, don't strike off much in the answer sheet, and don't use much decoration for the minor discourses, because if you use the colors or the sketches while preparing the decoration for the minor discourses, it should not disturb the other side of the paper, and keep in mind that, and you should take these things for getting good marks for the paper 2 also. Thank you.
Okay children, I hope you understand everything and we wish you best of luck. Have a nice day.
All the best,
Thank
children.
you. Thank you.
All the best.